I'm shocked you're not in the pool, but it looks like you're getting ready to go to the pool.
So it's actually storming out.
Okay.
So I'm blowing up some of Snack's pool floaties.
Some of the pool floaties. Very nice. They told me about snacks while you were gone, and I had no idea.
He's pretty great.
I had no clue.
He's been traveling with us for a few years, and he got his own Instagram account when we went to New Orleans. So yeah,
Oh,
he's a pretty big deal.
all right. I like it. Now, did I follow him? I think I did.
I think you do.
Well, son of a bitch didn't follow me back.
Surely he has some explaining to do.
Let's see. Snacks.
Uh,
No. I follow a lot of accounts named Snacks. Yes, I do follow.
I mean, they're not SNAX though.
Huh? Yeah, I found it.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a lot of people that you follow with his name.
Yeah, so it's a good amount.
I'm disgusted.
You're
He's
disgusted.
disgusted.
How did
Yeah.
we? Did you sign up for? You signed up, right? Would you get in?
The half. We're just doing
Yeah.
the half. Yeah.
You got to cut back for these trips abroad.
Uh-huh. Exactly. We saved 2 days of hotels by not doing the challenge. So, yeah.
The half's the best one.
Yeah, but the five is a lot of fun. And Sue apparently isn't doing the half. So
What? Where the hell is she? Is she on here?
she's doing the 10, maybe the five as well. I don't see her on here because
She said she got into all the 10K sold out. She's went for the challenge. So
yeah,
she's
but
doing all three.
I don't know if she'll do the half though because it's her stupid husband's stupid birthday the night before or something.
Oh yeah, she was saying that.
Yeah.
Who
She
else
wanted
got
to
in
go
for what?
with no impunity.
Wait, what?
She wanted to go drink. I remember her saying that she didn't want to do the
Oh
half because she
yeah.
wanted to drink the night before
So lame.
or the day before. Yeah.
Look,
Well,
some
So
so
of
much
us.
running together. I feel cheated now.
yeah, me too. So I guess it'll be us three. No stupid Sue.
Some of us do that anyway.
I feel like we should just drag Sue along to the corral like at 2:30 in the morning. Just I'm sure she'll be awake still.
Have
I
her come
told her to
spectate.
plan to not
I was
finish.
gonna say just have her stay up all night and then she'll be fine.
We got to
Yeah,
tell her
it's fine. You'll be. She'll be okay.
Sleep when you're dead.
that.
Hey, speaking of you, how's recovery going?
What? Um, I had my first PT session today.
How'd it feel?
I'm a little touchy right now, but not too bad. He doesn't think I'll need 3 days a week, so we've only booked for 2 days
Okay.
and only for about a month. So
Only
he's gonna
for.
help me get back on track for wine and dine.
I like it.
Yes.
And then you'll be spectator squad at Princess.
Actually, I got in, me and my husband are doing the 5K.
Oh, you
And
guys.
yeah, it'll be the 10th anniversary of my first half at Princess next year. So I'm doing the half.
I'll take it.
Hmm.
I'll take it. I like it. So we're gonna see a lot of you there. Dale signed up. That's his favorite race.
I did. I went for all three.
You went for all three?
Yep. I'm gonna do it. I might as well do them all.
Yeah, I mean that's my thought process on it. I used to say, wow, why should I do why bother with the 5K? I'm already there. I'll just. Nope, now it's all of them. I have a problem.
Yeah, but you're also a little bit closer.
I've had that conversation with like 20 people this week where I'm like, I don't know how some of y'all these people come every weekend. I know a woman, her and her husband come every weekend, every race weekend. Sometimes they do the California ones. They drive down from Massachusetts, and she has a friend who I know in Orlando that she runs, but she's not a Run Disney person. And her boyfriend, same thing, not even really a Disney person. But this girl up in Rhode Island, or yeah, no, they're Massachusetts, not Connecticut. They're Massachusetts. She bought the two of them registrations yesterday and was like, "Hey, guess what? You're running with me." I'm like, "How does your wallet work?" Like, I'm just not out here buying registrations for people. Like that'd
I
be
ran like really high numbers to run all 4 Disney weekends in Florida. And it was like close to $10,000 to fly from Iowa down to Florida and stay there for like all 4 weekends and like registrations and stuff like that. And I was just like, that's insane. Like it was not 10. It was somewhere between like 8 and 10, but it like obviously round up because if I were to do that, we'd be talking years in the future because I'd have to save. But
Is
you
that
know,
staying at like All Stars or something?
yeah, that was staying at All Stars.
and you're talking years in the future, so you know the price is going to go up by then.
Yeah, so I threw on like a 20% inflation on the number or something
Did you
like that. So
really?
it ended up being, yeah.
Oh, you're
Well, because if
nuts.
I'm going to save for a trip like something like that, or I'm going to save for something like that, like I'm going to save on the higher end. So then that way I'm not like, drowning in debt. But I was just curious as to what it would cost to like do it. And I was like, yeah, you'd be looking at somewhere between 8 to 10, depending on the races you sign up for and the cost of flights and hotels and if you decide to rent a car or Uber it around, whatever
I didn't
that
even
looks
think of
like.
that. Rent a car. Because I've been putting all these expenses. I'm like, I was trying to wrap my head around how people just come every weekend and live nowhere near here. And I'm like, okay, hotel, maybe they have DVC. Still, that's an expense. Flights. I'm just like, I can't make it make sense for me. There's so
Yeah,
many
I
other
only ever
races.
I only ever did them all when I lived like 7 minutes away from Epcot. And that was beautiful. And now that I'm an hour to an hour and a half away, if there's no traffic, yeah, I pick and choose now.
Pick and
I
choose.
think if we all planned better and got like went in on airport shuttles and things,
Or I'll had sugar daddies.
Oh my God.
there's that. But the husband might be weird about that.
Yeah. Man, he
I
can
think if the
participate too.
husband got
It's just for Run Disney. I think he'll be okay with it as long as it doesn't like move past that stage. Is all I'm
He
saying.
might run Disney sugar
I'm
daddy.
just saying he might be okay with it even if it went past because the amount of money that would be saved.
Y'all are
We'll talk about
y'all are nuts.
Yeah, well, some of us don't live that close, so we gotta get creative.
it.
Feet picks.
We fly
No,
in Sanford, and the bus, the former Magical Express, does not run out of Sanford, so we have to get an Uber, and that's an additional $70 each way. So we really should plan better. Anybody else flying to Sanford?
Mm.
No. Okay, never mind. Scratch that.
I don't go to Sanford if
I
I don't have
mean,
to.
my friend just told me that there were like round trip flights. They're very limited because it's Allegiant, but from Des Moines to Sanford, and they're like $180 round trip. And I'm like, well, just fill up the backpack with as much as you can. It's a personal item, and figure it out. Because otherwise, we're looking at 500-600 bucks for a round trip flight to Orlando, like MCO, and it's starting to get. There's not enough safeties in place right now to cost that much. Like, I feel like the risk of, everything going wrong is too high for me to pay 600 bucks for that flight. For
I
250,
got
I
a
mean, no seatbelts, let's go. But
Oh my God.
I got a flight last year for marathon weekend for $33.
What?
Out of
out of
where?
Yeah,
where?
On a
it
bird?
was out of DC from what was Dulles to MCO for
Inside the plane or on top?
$33. Yeah, but it was for me and my husband. So it was like 70 some dollars by the end of like and plus whatever. The
What
flight might have cost
airline?
$90 by the end of it all, but like it was very affordable. I don't even know. I saw it and I was like, should I buy this to my friend? Was something wrong with this flight? And she's like, no, get it. So I did. It was Spirit. So I don't know. I think it was like after
Okay.
that thing happened with Spirit. So that's probably why. But it worked. I got there safely.
For the cost, I'd be willing to chance it even if the top of the flight of that like airplane was missing.
But
Like,
that's what I'm
Right? That's what I
saying.
was saying. I was like, let the
For
door
a
fall
cheap
off as
amount,
long as
like
they
no
land.
seatbelts and no parachutes. But for 600 bucks, I better get there in one piece, safe and sound, like drinks, all the whole thing, the whole thing.
Foot massages.
Yeah, for 90
Oh,
bucks, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, well, it is what it is. I've
That's
lived a good life, not a long one, but a good one.
I was gonna
that's
say I
just
flew to
wild.
California um, on Spirit, and I think one way it was like either $49, and then I had vouchers, so it basically cost me nothing to go out there. But then I had flights coming back that I had to pay. I just did two one ways. I often do that. It's cheaper.
It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, cool.
I'm
It's
driving
crazy.
home. That's why I'm on no picture. I'm almost home.
It's okay. We like your
You
little
got it,
Mickey
Mickey.
flower. I'm glad y'all are
I'm
talkative
also
tonight.
driving home, so sorry.
That's it's fine. I'm glad everybody's talkative tonight because I have nothing prepared with these children running me ragged. I mean, I was able to finally get myself a run today, and I was very happy about that. I bailed on them early, left them
But
left.
you know what? With registration yesterday and the shit show that it was, I'm planning on keeping my perfect challenge for wine and dine for as long as I can because that's so much easier on the mind.
You,
That
I
was,
I was
dude, I
so
haven't gone through
anxious
that in
yesterday.
years.
That was so stressful. I can't
Yeah,
even,
Hmm.
I don't, if it wasn't for the call, the Rise and Run call, I would not have gotten in.
Right.
same.
Yeah.
did you
Yeah,
get
we
one
Especially
got
for
from
the
somebody
five.
else?
I got one from Judy. Yeah, she sent me a link.
Alex and I got one from someone else too. Otherwise, we would not have gotten in. All of our devices were over an hour, and some of them never even reloaded.
No, I had two different browsers on my computer going at work, and my phone was actually the first one I got in after the fact. So I was able to get in. I've got in on a different link with through the Rise and Run group for the 5K for me and Phil. But then my phone actually clued in quicker than the other two computers. It still said more than an hour. It was ridiculous.
I had all three over an hour, and somebody sent me a link that was like 4 minutes out. But my anxiety was it just wasn't fun. That was not fun at all. The whole
No,
My
crashing.
and like,
entire family, like all my cousins and my sisters come a lot, but like my cousins don't always come. And we were all gonna go because it was Princess, so all the girls were gonna go. I'm the only one that got in, but like I have two other friends that are going, so that's why I was like worried about getting in because they got in before I did, and I was like, oh my God, they got in. Now I'm not gonna get in, and they've never been before, so I was like, oh great, now they're going. I'm not going, but I got in, but none of my family got in, so I was like, sorry.
Solo, there might still be opportunities. You might, they might still be able to work something out. Do Telegram. Get on the Telegram if you missed out. What happened? I had two people book one-on-one calls yesterday that I know are Run Disney people, and I thought they were running. And I hopped on Bob's call a little early, and I was like, I saw them have mental breakdowns on there. I'm like, did you forget we have a call? And they were like, no, no, we're canceling that call. I'll see your butt next week. Like, I got to figure this out. The anxiety was real.
the thing is, like for me, it's gonna probably be my last Princess weekend for a while, and I've really that's been my last like my weekend that I always go down. But I really want to do marathon, and I really want to do wine and dine, and so like I'm like those are gonna be the ones I think I prioritize going forward. And so I'm like, I can hold off Princess for a while.
You know, yeah, I mean, you're doing it. You've made the decision.
Yeah, my brother said he'd run the marathon with me. And by run, he's 6'4" and runs like triathlons. So I just need him on the course. Like so that I can just be like, there's someone else on this course that like, should I end up like dying, can be like, oh hey, I got you.
I mean, you have so much time to prepare.
I know. I know. It's just mentally getting from that like just that mental leap from, okay, you've done a half marathon, which sucked. The training on that, I hated it. And then I forgot I hated it. And so I signed up for another one. And so now I get to do that hate again. But I just like that it's that mental thing. Like physically, I think I could probably do it. It's just mentally.
So you won't have, you'll do Princess and then you'll have a lull, right?
Well, it's going to depend on what springtime themes are. Because Alex and I were talking about it yesterday, and we're like, if the themes are really, really good, like, obviously we're going to probably come down. But we're also like, we also hope they're really terrible so we don't spend the money to come down.
Are,
So, not sure yet.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, what is the theme gonna be? I'm like, who was I talking to? We're trying to figure it out. Last year was what? Heroes?
Yeah, it was Groot for the 5K, Hercules for the 10K. Because you're
Yeah, but
talking this last April, right?
yeah, but what was like the
It was
overarching theme?
Baymax and yeah, it was Heroes because it was
Okay,
Baymax and Incredibles.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with
But
it.
the training like just increases incrementally. So like if you put your mind at like instead of saying like leaping from a half marathon to a marathon, you just like if you follow whatever training program you're following, you're not going to like leap from 13 miles to 18 miles. You know, it's just like this week I'm doing 13 miles, next week I'm doing 14, whatever. It happens slowly and like the miles like trust me because I just did it last year my first marathon. And if I can do it, you can do it.
That's
Yeah, like I said, I know physically I could do it. It's just the mental where I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. And like that's just gonna war with me probably up until I try and sign up for it. But I really want to run through all four parks. Like
Hey,
I
what
feel like
about that
running
girl
through Animal Kingdom would be fun.
what about that girl you're friends with that might run something? Is she gonna do the marathon?
So Alex says yesterday was like, I'm not gonna say never anymore because every time she says never, she's like doing the thing that she
Okay,
said.
so the whole time that we were, when I did the challenge, I was like, okay, I think I'm good for a couple years. Like, I gotta get more training. I won't do a challenge for maybe like another, like maybe 2 or 3 years. And then the whole time we're signing up yesterday, as I'm typing, I'm like mocking myself. I'm not gonna do one for another couple years. The whole time, because my dumbass makes these like extreme absolute statements, and then I have to swallow. I make myself swallow my own words. Like I embarrass myself with these comments. So that said, there is no plan in the future in the near future to do a marathon. I struggled with training for the half, like for the challenge this year. I within training I never broke. So I barely got to 11 miles in training. And like yes, I finished the challenge and I did all the things, but I think I need to be able to get through training consistently and like do a complete round of training, and not go in, on everything but like hopes and pixie dust before I can sign up for twice that distance.
Please don't go in
Um,
with the hope and pixie dust for a marathon.
Right. Like I feel like I need to be like, okay, I was able to get through training for a half marathon, like fully trained, and then got through the race, no issues, wasn't worried that I would get, swept simply because I never finished the distance. So if I can get through that, then I can start considering a marathon.
I think for both of you, the big thing I would say is don't fall into the lull post. Like if you do post princess, don't give up on the running aspect in between training cycles. So like,
That was yeah, I was
don't
gonna say
up the
that was the
gas
big
Already
pedal.
thing
there.
this
I mean, I'm
year.
already.
It'll, I think it'd be
I
very
think
easy to give yourself permission, like, hey, I've got 4 more months because Princess is what, February. I signed up for these races. I don't even know where they are. Princess is February. I got March, April, May, June. You got 4 full months where you could take off and then just restart the training cycle. Terrible idea. You during that, especially your first marathon, I would say stay consistent. Don't lose any stamina.
that's like my fear right now because I mean we've done a couple of 5Ks, but I haven't done I haven't ran more than three or walked more than 3 miles at any point like after springtime. Like I'll go out, I'll do like do a 3 mile walk or I'll go and do a 3 mile run and then be done. But I haven't moved past that. And so signing up for a half again, clearly I'm prepared because I let it all slide. I don't want to make that commitment to a marathon and then end up just shooting myself in the foot right out of the gate. Because clearly I'm struggling there.
It's all about the consistency. Just build that consistency early on. Like use your half training to build that because that's the hardest part. I went for it's a lot harder to run at 4 o'clock outside in Central Florida than it is the morning. I generally will train on a treadmill, but I went and did that at 4 o'clock. I'm like, I got 30 minutes. This should be a nice, quick, easy run. Couple things from Coach Twigs. I went out there and I was huffing and puffing. My heart rate was through the roof. I was sweating. It was disgusting, but still got it done. So that's like the biggest thing. If you miss one, not the end of the world. If you got to reschedule a longer one, not the end of the world. Like Jenny, remixed your schedule when you were getting ready for that marathon because you had another marathon.
Yeah. And then also like I think one of the things like that we said too is I think you got that from Coach Twigs is like if you miss like a certain number of miles, like if you have 12 miles on your schedule for your long run, but you can only run 9, then you just like the next week when there's like a step back week, then you just add those miles on to that. But that might be too complicated for this conversation. But yeah, you can change your schedule around is the point.
It's all about getting the miles, getting the consistency. You two should just do dopey instead then. I mean, you're gonna come down
Uh-uh.
here.
No, no. I like my sleep way too much. I struggled so much with the 3 early days. Like, I could not imagine doing a fourth. Like, that just sounds like torture. Like, quite literally, it sounds like just self-inflicted torture, and I am not in for that.
I don't think I'm in the like running shape to do any of that yet. Like weight training, I kind of got more or less. Like I'm struggling a little bit. To be fully honest, um, I'm pretty open about it. So it's not a big issue for me. But I'm going through a moderate like depression episode, so I struggle to get out of bed in the mornings. Like I definitely like I spent all my energy trying to like get my work day done, and then go home and basically like I disassociate so quick. Like my brain, there's nothing going on. It's crickets the moment I leave work till I go to bed, and then the moment like I get up, barely make it back to work, hours of the day, get home, wash, rinse, repeat. Like it has been going on for the better part of 2 months. So I'm like struggling hard to find the motivation, let alone the energy to do anything. And so I don't have I haven't built up the running stamina. So my goal would be to first get through like a half marathon without feeling like my world is ending halfway through, before I even want to consider a marathon, let alone dopey.
I feel you on
Let's
that.
be honest, like you're giving me a 5, a 10, a half, and a full all in a weekend, and like you can see like when I check my workouts, ask me to do 4 races in in a row. You see when I'm checking my workouts. So once I kind of get myself together and again through like the next challenge, which I said I was going to be a couple years away from, then I can start considering adding longer races.
You're gonna get through the next one. I believe in you. You
She's
just
gonna
have
have
great.
to. It's Belle.
Wait, what?
I said she's gonna have to. It's Belle. That's the whole reason we're doing the challenge, or she's doing it.
Y'all are crazy.
The only reason was it's Belle in her blue dress because I got a text message from Angela at random. She's like, I guess I'm signing up for the challenge again. Immediately followed by a photo with the themes, and I was like, damn it. I had to pull from the Emergency Run Disney Fund, which I now have specifically for Run Disney. There is now a budget so that I can, if I really like the themes, I can afford these races. Because the whole situation for me is a mess. Next year is my 35th, and I had planned to spend my 35th in Ireland because my birthday's 2 days before St. Patty's. So guess what I was going to do on St. Patty's Day? And so I was like, well, I'll do Princess. I'll do the half so I can get my castle photo. That's the only race I do. Maybe the 5K if we get in. I don't do parks that weekend. I come back, and then a week later I leave again for Ireland. And then the challenge came out, and now I've been doing all of Princess weekend, coming back a week later so far, provided we don't get banned from the rest of the world. Ireland the week after, come back, and then the month, not even a month later, potentially springtime.
You got a lot going on.
Yes, I do.
You need
and
a
I brought
vacation.
it up on myself.
You need a vacation from all this chaos.
I'm gonna be sick the weekend after 4th of July. I already planned it.
Oh my God. You're
Yeah.
wild.
Yep.
I had a
Yeah,
feeling we were
I'm
going to go on Princess and Disney race registration tangents all night. That's
I'm
I'm
super
here for
excited
it.
for it. Like
You're
I don't know, this year I feel like I'm so lucky that I got in, that I'm just so like excited and happy about it. Like it's not the normal like excitement, it's an extra level of like I'm super grateful that I'm getting the chance to run this one because I really truly did not think we were going to get in.
It was chaos. It was Wild West out there yesterday.
Like, and I don't know if this is going to be their new thing go forward, but it needs to not be. Like, it needs to go back to what it was before because that was an acceptable level of anxiety. The level yesterday was not okay.
It was
She was
stressful.
shaking so much when like we got in. She was shaking so much. I had to do the typing because like she's like, we're not getting in with it. Like everything was over an hour, and then we finally like get in, and she's trying to type, and you could just see her like whole hand, like yeah, I could see her vibrating, and I'm like, I'm just gonna type, and you're just gonna dictate. It was too much.
Only one more
I'm surprised I
registration
kept
left
it.
this year. Then we don't have to deal with this chaos. One more,
I'm
and
interested. Does
then it's
anyone have
over.
a rough thought on what they think themes are going to be for springtime? Like, does anyone want to make a stab or a guess?
We're having tighter knowledge.
Dale's thinking. Dale's like, I might have something to touch on this. I got ideas.
I mean, I know what I'd like it to be, but
Villains. No, that's wine and dine usually.
it's Star Wars.
Yeah, if they broke out with Star Wars, we're
It'll
taking
be the
for
fastest
full
sellout
blown.
ever.
If they break out Star Wars, why not just call it Dark Side Challenge
Yeah.
in a perfect world? Then I still won't be able to get my light side out in California, so because they won't have one. It sucks. They could bust
When did
out some Star Wars characters.
when did it stop being Star Wars? Because it used to be Star Wars
2019.
weekend, right?
It was 2019. They were supposed to be doing 2020, and then COVID hit.
Okay.
Because we got married in 2019, and I was told I wasn't allowed to run that weekend.
Mhm.
I could have done the 10K.
I was like, is this some sort of bitter right like thing you're holding over your wife still, like 6 years later?
There was no way I could have done the half that next morning, but I could have definitely done the 10K. 10K and probably the five. I still went to the gym that day. She's messaging me like and doing the hair and makeup thing, and I'm like, I'm in the gym right now. You have to relax. I'm in the gym, and then I'm gonna go get a haircut. Then I'll head to where I have to head to. I had
How
time.
to be a man on his wedding day.
I
Mhm.
don't need no hair and makeup. I'm fine. All natural. We're good. We're good. We have covered nothing outside of Run Disney tonight. Who asked me, Season, was it you asking about complete protein and incomplete protein?
Yeah, I sent you the thing on that. I remember over the years, I've heard different things about protein sources, and I know in culinary school we talked about complete and incomplete, and the eight essentials and combining, rice and beans or like some sort of grain with a legume and all that. And yeah, that was me that sent you the thing.
That was me. But you wanted a little deeper breakdown or just to dive into it?
Yeah, well, when we talk about it, we don't talk about it being complete. We just talk about protein and grammage.
So that's like one of those. I had a conversation similar with somebody the other day because she gets her protein in and she hits her numbers. And God, we just went through a protein challenge, and I know it wasn't easy for everybody to hit the numbers, but this girl found out how to work out the system. This is one of my one-on-ones. She found out how to get protein with the least healthy versions. So like Snickers fortified with protein now, and protein pretzels and protein potato chips, and every kind of protein cereal. And she tracks things a little different. She has her own spreadsheets. So I'm able to see, I'm like, hey, you're not really getting much value out of that protein. Like it's good, it's better than what you're hitting, but you're not getting much value there. So like protein, it's amino acids, made up of amino acids. That's the building block of muscles, enzymes, hormones, all that fun essential molecules in the body. There's 20 amino acids. Gosh, I haven't slept, so I hope I got that right. Damn kids. 9 of those are essential. So your body cannot make those, and you've got to get them through food. So a complete protein has all 9. That's why it's called a complete protein. So if you're thinking like complete, your eggs, chicken, fish, dairy, I want to say quinoa. I'm pretty sure quinoa, buckwheat, hemp seeds, chia. There's one more on that grainy. I always screw that one up. Amaranth. I've never had that. That's a complete. And soy products actually. Tofu, tempeh, edamame. I think that like covers the big ones, but those are going to be like complete sources where you'll get all 9 of the essential amino acids. Incomplete lacks at least one of them. So they don't have it sufficiently. Oh my God, there's a cattail in your face. It's okay, I don't have a dog. So like, and what season was mentioned, and I'll talk like after I break it down, but like beans and lentils, they're missing. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm gonna get it wrong. It's methione. Methione. I'm going to the bank. Going to the bank. Nuts and seeds. Grains aren't whole. They're missing lysine. Vegetables. You'll get you'll get some protein out of a vegetable, but you're not getting a lot. So they're going to be each one's probably going to be missing something or the other. Corn, not even a good source of protein, but there is protein, so like that's missing stuff. Yeah, I mean veggies a big one. So you have to the big thing is like combining them, like Season said. So rice and beans creates a complete protein. So you're getting a good amino acid profile. Um, I feel like peanut butter and bread does the trick too. Um, I gotta dive more into that. Gotta
Can I
dive
ask
more
a
into
question?
yeah.
So, like, obviously, incomplete complete proteins is that because I was listening to the 321 Go podcast and they were also talking about protein in a recent episode and talking about how like some proteins are better than others. So, like, when it comes to supplemental
That
proteins, like protein scoops, is there like whey protein versus like other proteins? Like, how does that work? Because as someone who doesn't eat like is pescatarian, like my proteins are on the lower end, so I supplement with, supplemental protein.
generally whey, because the dairy product is going to contain all of the essential amino acids. A vegan protein would depend on the source and or sources they use on a vegan protein. So, if they just use I'm trying to think of the one she's bought. If it's a pea protein, it's not going to be complete. I'd be shocked if they had a complete pea protein one. Yeah, that one. But you're taking whey, right?
I don't remember, to be completely honest. It's one of the dynamics.
Dimetize or
Dymatize, yeah.
dimetize
Yeah.
protein.
I don't remember if it's whey or not,
Is it
but that
ISO
and premier
100?
protein.
ISO 100, maybe.
I don't know. It's the cookies and cream one because when I want a dessert, like that one makes me feel not bad about myself.
That's one of those ones too, like cookies and cream. You could blend that with some yogurt and be golden. Oh man, why is the nutrition label in Spanish? The one that I picked out, I went to cookies and cream and the labels, I can't. Who wants to read this label for me?
Alex can.
I knew she
She's
could.
driving.
You'll be
She
fine.
can.
No, I didn't say that.
Put it in Chat GPT or Google Translate.
Oh, that was something I wanted to touch on too tonight. Thank you for saying Chat GPT, and if I forget, Denise, please remind me
Okay.
after I go down this. I'm trying to find, of course, the Spanish label is the one that has all the information I'm looking for. It's got,
Just try to pronounce it, and I'll try to translate it based on your pronunciation.
I have been married for 6 years, and every time I try to pronounce something Spanish, I get butchered in this house. You think I'm gonna do that in front of all these people? Crazy. Los EAAs son necesarios. These are necessary para el soporte, supports the muscle, y solo pueden obtenerse. Oh God. Nope. I'm not even trying.
You got it right though.
There's 11 point. So if you're taking that one, there's 11.9 grams of the essentials in there and 5.5 grams of the non-essential. Usually they will they will push as the big ones for muscle building, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Yeah, if that was your focus, those are the big ones you'll hear. I'm gonna just look up. I'm gonna go to their website. Why did I go to Amazon? So that Season could hassle me about making myself an Amazon seller account. She wants to buy all the things.
I like to know what you recommend, and I want you to get credit for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought the creatine that you had linked like a while back, but I had put it in my cart and then promptly put it in my like save for later and then couldn't find it.
One.
So I had to like dig through a lot of stuff just to find it again. So you having a storefront would probably may have made that a lot easier.
One day I will make one of these Amazon influencer accounts, but you just hit a trigger with me because somebody saw an influencer selling creatine gummies on the internet and was like, "Oh, I can get more creatine. I'm gonna have these gummies." And I'm like, "Okay, we got I gave you creatine. Gave you my creatine." I have to whisper. She's right. It's right there. She know I'm talking about her. Amino acid profile. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's got all of them in there. That's got even the non-essentials that dimetize. Alanine, arginine, aspartic acid, cysteine. Boom. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah, Dymatize has all of them. So you're good, Angela.
Okay.
You should be
Well,
good.
then I'm happy to keep drinking the cookies and cream.
But like, let's see if they do. I'm curious if they
That's
do.
Andrew, that's the same one that your mom gave me.
Yeah, I bought some, and then I accidentally forgot to turn off the automatic shipping from Amazon, so then it shipped me another one. So I have way too much protein in this house.
Well, if you want to split, let me know. 'Cause I have some of that one left, but I'm running out and I haven't bought any more.
Y'all just doing protein drug deals. I like it.
No, but we are broke, so we have to share.
I'm looking for Orgain. That's a big vegan brand. So if anybody, even they're not here now, and they're looking for. I'm curious what the breakdown is. Not
I
as
think
easy to
Alicia
find.
uses that one.
Who you-
I want to say Alicia uses the Orgain one, I think. But that's the kind of thing I've wondered about, like, is it complete? Or do you need to?
I have that. I could go in my closet and find it, find the label. I'm
They
just,
put
I'm icing my
anywhere-
knee.
I'm looking at the labels now.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Oh, here we go. It's actually got a good amount. Good amount of, let me see, essentials. No, they only put little stars. So there's one, two, three, four, five, six. They got seven, eight. Yeah. Orgain's good. If it was strictly soy, you know why? Because Orgain, looking at it, that's how they made it complete. It's got pea, brown rice, mung bean, and chia. So they're hitting it from a few different places. Rice protein powder. Uh-oh, dog's barking. No, let's go. What was the other one I said? Yeah, I think. What is he barking at? Rice protein powder. Oh, Naked Rice. That's a fun brand name. Only 10 grams of protein from this big old jar. It looks like they made up for it somewhere and they got a decent amount. I want to look more into the proteins that are out there that are vegan and vegetarian on that topic because I'm very curious. They all have, we've kind of, I know we went into that one night, but I pulled up like each of them, the nine essential ones. The reason they're essential, your body doesn't make them, but they perform specific jobs in the body. So I pulled it up. So phenylalanine, I'm gonna butcher my pronunciation at these people. So your body turns this amino acid into the neurotransmitters, tyrosine, dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. Plays an integral role in the structure and function of proteins and enzymes and the production of other aminos. Valine, that's a big one. Valine is a big one you'll see in all of that's always one of the top three listed on like muscle building. And this is why. This is one of three branch chained amino acids. So it is a chain branching off from one side and it stimulates muscle growth and regeneration and is involved in energy production. Threonine, structural proteins such as collagen and elastin. So if you have skin issues, you want to look beautiful and young, that might be one you want to make sure you're getting a little extra of. Let's see, tryptophan, that's the sleepy one, affects appetite, sleep, and mood. You eat turkey, no problem getting that. Methionine, boom, 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 plays an important role in metabolism and detox, necessary for tissue growth and the absorption of zinc and selenium, minerals that are vital to your health. Leucine, like valine, is a BCAA, crucial for protein synthesis and muscle repair, helps regulate blood sugar, stimulates wound healing, and produces growth hormones. Isoleucine, the last of the three BCAAs, is involved in muscle metabolism and is heavily concentrated in muscle tissue. It's also important for immune function, hemoglobin production, and energy regulation. Lysine plays a role in protein synthesis, calcium absorption, and the production of hormones and enzymes. Important for energy, immune function, and collagen and elastin. And the last one, histidine, uses your body uses it to produce histamine. What's histamine? I've been talking. I've been reading these. People take antihistamines. It's a neurotransmitter vital to immune response, digestion, sexual function, and sleep-wake cycles. Critical for maintaining the myelin sheath, a protective barrier that surrounds your cells. So that's why, yeah, you want the complete one. Season, that kind of dive into what you were wondering. Kind of answer
Yes,
your
thank you.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So the latest rage, scanning your food with AI. Scanning your food. There's apps now that will tell you how many calories are in your food. In your food, yes, by scanning them with your phone. Season's jaw dropped. You're the perfect person for me to see on that. I have downloaded one and I want to try it. I do not recommend it. Season could tell you the way she cooks a steak and the way Outback Steakhouse cooks a steak could be wildly different on calorie content. So she's trying to eat healthy. She might not slather it in butter, whereas they might throw 4 scoops of butter on there. There's no way that your phone can take a picture of that and tell you how much butter the chef used. So be very careful if you see that and you're like, oh, wow, this seems like a good idea. I'm going to track that way because that could get messy. It's easy to go overboard. I should just weigh myself at the beginning of the week and then track that way.
Do you have to like put a banana next to it for scale? I mean, how does it know like your portion sizes and
I have
stuff?
just started researching. I had somebody ask me about it, and I was like, you know what? I want to touch on this real quick because that's, I don't trust that. Well, I don't trust that one bit. It's called Snap Calorie. I shouldn't even told you. Fastest way to track what you eat. It says get an accurate calorie count in nutrition in seconds. I just don't know how it gets all that other stuff. Like, how does it get? What if I cover my steak in sugar? Can't it? Nobody does that, but like, there's no way it could tell how all the exact ingredients. Maybe if you took a picture of like a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwich, it might know in the system like, oh, that's a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwich. But I can't imagine a home cooked meal, it being able to get down all of the intricacies. One day, not today, not today. Who still hasn't booked a call with me before the challenge? I spoke to you. I spoke to, what are you doing? You don't want to talk to me?
Some of us are just really bad about remembering to go do that.
Did your mother get her flipping email?
Yeah, except for she's very like technology literate, so I'm gonna go down and help her. She did schedule a meeting with you though.
She did. When did I see her?
She's gonna do at my house so that I can help her.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
You can help her. You can't even remember to schedule yourself a meeting.
Hey, I will get around to it eventually.
You will. You will. Where'd it go? I'll share the link if in case you didn't get it. My calendar disappeared. I don't even know when I have your mom.
The 30th, I think. At least that's what's on my calendar. So,
She's just waiting. She's just taking her sweet time.
well, she's got a bunch of medical stuff right now, so she's been kind of waiting for the doctor to give her sign off on some of that.
Oh, yep, 30th. I got her. I got her. She'll be good to go.
Yep.
I'm stacked up that Monday night. Gonna be a long night. What else do we got? What should we cover? 8 weeks. 8 weeks on the challenge. I'm building up my curriculum now. Well, not right now.
I still think you should have like a glossary of terms for people that are new to fitness and new to running and new to lifting. Acronyms,
Glossary of terms.
slang. I mean, not what did we call it
Give me
before?
one.
The
Give me one.
vocabulary, I think.
AMRAP. AMRAP is one that definitely needs to be in the glossary.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, you made fun of me when I mentioned it before, but I didn't know what DOMs were when a year ago. I didn't know what that meant.
Get in there.
Uh, explaining a complete protein. I don't know, complete protein could be on the
Yeah, I think I'll add that as like a deep dive. Something I make like a little PowerPoint on. Complete protein. We'll throw, I mean, y'all just got a sneak preview of that, but that was more just me winging it and trying to answer your question.
I think even just like good snacks, because I
Snacks.
like bored with my normal go-tos. I think if like you've got a lot of people who this isn't their or this is their first rodeo, like snacks are hard. And like
What's your go-to snacks?
mine, nuts, um,
Dangerous. Nuts are dangerous.
they are that I have to count them out because I could eat like a boatload of almonds. Um, meat sticks for me, cottage cheese, yogurt. But
You you hit all the good ones.
what I run into though is like, what can I keep in my desk that's higher protein, that's gonna fill me up? Because
Not yogurt
that's
or
where,
cottage cheese, I'll tell you that.
yeah, not cottage cheese, and that's where I get into trouble. Like in the afternoon when I'm doing paperwork, like I don't necessarily have. I don't want to walk to the fridge, or I don't have time to walk to the fridge in my office or in the clinic. And then it's like, oh, what can I keep in my desk that's not just carbs? Because that's what I find. Like I'll put like rice cakes, or I'll put like sweet potato chips are kind of my guilty pleasure right now. But they're a little bit better.
She
But
gets
like non-carb things that you can keep in your desk.
what are those chips she buys?
The protein chips.
No, they're not protein chips.
Yeah.
It's like one of my cheat meals. It's like healthy type of potato chips.
Okay.
Chips. Terra. You ever have the Terra ones?
Mm-mm. No,
So it's a little healthier than a regular potato chip, but it's got the crazy delicious vegetable. That's a good way. You're not going to get a good amount of protein in there, but they're made from sweet potato, parsnip, kettle potato, and the hell does that say? Batata? Okay, sure.
sounds interesting.
Sure. That's what it says.
It's a root
Those are
vegetable.
good.
It's like a potato.
So they're good, but I have never eaten a serving size. It doesn't
That's
fill me.
like you gotta count out that stuff.
Yeah, I would have to bag it out, and that doesn't never happens. It never happens, and I'm like, it's usually just in there. Oh, hey, Sue. It's usually just in there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in on this, and bam, half the bag is gone. That's a dangerous one. I ate at the lovely restaurant last night, man. Let me tell you, beautiful, fantastic place. If you ever heard of it, the El Rainforest Cafe down in Disney Springs with my nephews. It's everything is glazed and fried and all of the things. And I'm just like, I'm like, I don't have any. All right, I'm gonna get this steak, shrimp, and rib combo thing.
Hmm?
And I don't have fries often, so when I went in on
We have a group call.
the fries, the floodgates open, and I ate like I was 15 again. I just finished this whole plate. I felt so just sick. Like my stomach hurt last night. It was so bad. But I have that problem where I'm just like, when I get that something I'm not used to and not I don't have it just opens up the floodgates with me. And then also there were like 25 effing birthdays at Rainforest Cafe last night. And of course I had a table of teen girls next to us that wanted to clap like freaking lunatics every time. And I was just like, it's been a long day. I'm not here for this right now. And then my sister told them it was my mom's birthday a week ago. And I was like, I'm kill you. When they came to our table, I was like, I can't right now. I was so ready to get out of that place. You will not get me back in a Rainforest Cafe for many years. Don't even tell me any chef things like what that kitchen probably looks like, season.
Well, actually, something like that, they're probably heavily inspected. And since they're a chain, they have to follow like really specific budget requirements and portioning. So you might actually be all right there.
Thanks for making me feel better about my life. Thanks for making me feel better. They are see on better news, they're dragging me to Garden Grill tomorrow, which that's more my speed. I like the Garden Grill. You see some Chip and Dale while I eat dinner. What other topics should I cover? We got a glossary of terms, complete protein,
Could we cover like when you have to do like exercise substitutions, like the appropriate like what you're looking for?
substitutions. Yes. And I'm working on things I'm working on in the background to try to get done. When you click in, my problem is I'm a completionist. I won't upload all the things until I'm done with the things. So I'm putting little workout breakdown videos into each phase. So you go into a new phase of workouts, it'll just give you a break, what you're looking for in that rep range, what to expect. If there's something like AMRAP or like EMOM, which I don't think I've ever given anybody EMOM, but some doing stuff every minute on the minute, then I'll have a little video breakdown you could watch at the beginning of the cycle. And so I'm trying to get that in there. But I'm gonna throw that in there. It's Alex. Substitutions,
Injury prevention.
injury prevention. Well, don't fall while you're running.
Hey,
It wasn't just you. That was actually directed at her, Jenny. You were tripped.
okay. All right.
That was just,
Still, I stand in solidarity.
I did not fall when I was running. I stepped off a step on uneven ground.
I'm the pot calling the kettle black. I fall all the time. Not all the time. I just don't pay attention a lot. When I went out for that run, because I've been doing treadmill runs, right? Went out for the run at 4 o'clock. I'm moving. I'm in my own little zone as I often am. And I almost tripped over a freaking speed bump. And I was like, you know that really annoying recording?
Caution,
Rush.
runners, speed bump ahead.
Like that's why they do it for people like me who drove over said speed bump when they entered the parking lot, but forgot it was there.
My husband and I, we routinely, when one of us will chime in if there's something like that, or a sharp turn, it
Sharp
makes things
left,
a
turn
little more,
ahead.
little
Sharp
more
left, turn
interesting when you're
ahead.
out there.
It's funny you say sharp turn. So grandma's marathon in Duluth was this weekend, and I guess there's like a really sharp turn in the last mile of the marathon. And they said it took out a bunch of runners. I suppose by the time you're so fatigued and you make that sharp turn and like, I don't know, but it took out a bunch of them.
Now
They
that
need
they're
Riley's message.
you know what they need? Now that they go through, when you leave, what you pay, like if you're passing Polynesian and passing Grand Flow, when you go like through the back of Grand Flow, what do they call that? That little walking path to Magic Kingdom? I almost ran into a pole there because it gets tight. They need one of those warnings for that. I got to pay attention while I run. That's the bottom line. I see people I know out there understand the difference between phases. I'm training strength, strength training, pump, hypertrophy. That I'm going to do early on. That I'm going to do early on. Strength training. Taking all my notes. Even just things you want to go more into on these calls, because I nerd out too. I will sit and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just nerding out, reading about my stuff." You listen to your ACOTAR books. If anybody else is reading them, Sue, do you read those? Why are you shaking your head? You know about that?
No, I'm getting through Iron Flame right now with the
Oh, so
second
you're on board.
that series.
You're on board. Jen said yes. She's ready for the. Are you into those? Apparently. She's usually doing family stuff around that right now, but she listens. So we have a mutual friend. Your husband knows him. He's part of an organization your husband's part of. And in my group chat, my wife might have told him, I will kick your ass if you dress up as this character and haven't read any of the freaking books. She was livid. She's like, he's going to dress up as this character for marathon weekend and he hasn't read a single book. Hasn't read a single book. She was pissed. I think she'll probably figure out who it is. He posted that he was reading the book. He's actually in this group, but he's not on here now. Hopefully, he doesn't watch the replay. Cassian, no, it was a big wing guy. A big wing guy. He's got wings. I don't know. I'm talking about the person. You and your husband know the person that was going to dress. I'm not sure who he's dressing up as, but I'll find out for you. I'll get an answer on that tonight. Denise, the Chat GPT was the AI thing that detects how many calories are in food. That's what it was. But thank you for reminding me about it. She's been trying to get me to read them, Alex. Should I do it?
I would say yes. I mean, I haven't read all of them yet. I just it's one of those things where I bought the whole series again because like it only comes in one book. Um, but I've heard really good things. So I would say yes. I mean, the tastes their own. These are different. I'm finding out a lot about myself from my reading this year. So
All right. I'll read it. I'll read it. I got to break it up from the health and fitness stuff sometimes. When I go down a rabbit hole and then I stop eating things because they find out they cause things, and that's just I can't keep doing that to myself. You're probably going to come up. What is it called? A Court of Thorn and Roses. It's yes, it's the mass verse. Jen, apparently There's a fantasy con happening the same time as I think it's Wine and Dine weekend, and a bunch of the fantasy con girls are going to a meetup thing at Hollywood Studios the day of the 10K. So just in case you're interested, that might be something to look up that I might get dragged to and be very miserable if I run into anybody.
And then please post pictures.
Save me. Save me. If you come up with anything you want to add to that list as I work out all the things I'm going to cover during Transformation Challenge, let me know. Send me a DM. Dale, I owe you an update. I know that. Owe you an update. This week's been crazy. I will get my feet under me. Make good decisions this week. Next week, we're back on schedule for Thursday. Shoot me all your questions, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.